everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah. So today's video is going to be packed with tons of cleaning motivation as I focus on the kitchen, the family room, the craft room, and the entryways. As you can see here, my house was a bit of a disaster, so I decided to take the time in the evening once the kids went to bed to really get this place tidied up so that when I came down the next morning, it was all clean. If you did enjoy today's video, please give it a thumbs up. If you do enjoy this type of content and what you see here on my channel, I would love for you to consider subscribing and joining my YouTube family. So don't forget that red subscribe button and the notification bell so you miss any future videos from me. So as you can see, my house was a disaster. Let me know in the comments below, do you find sometimes it's easier just to start cleaning up in the evening once the kids have gone to bed? I sometimes find that I get this burst of energy to just get the place clean. I don't know if I'm motivated with the fact that I can come down to clean house the next morning or what, but I sometimes find it's easier just to kind of put some music on or put on a TV show and just focus on getting the spaces cleaned up. So I don't know what it is, but when I decide to focus on a clean of the main floor, I always tend to start in the kitchen. I'm guessing it's maybe because it's the most used space in our home, not really sure, or maybe because it is the messiest and the dirtiest, but I always start here. Let me know in the comments below, what space in your home do you start with first if you plan on doing multiple spaces at one time? So how often do you vacuum your kitchen? We find that we vacuum our kitchen at least once a day or every other day, and once we got this Dyson cordless vacuum, it was a game changer for us because we definitely keep up with vacuuming a lot more. And what I find is once a week or so, I will move the table so I can get right under the table where the crumbs do collect. But I find honestly with having kids, there are constantly crumbs on the floor and I feel like I am tracking them through the house in my slippers. So I like to kind of keep up and get the crumbs vacuumed up as often as I can. So is it just me, or does anyone else have a love-hate relationship with their island? I love it for prep space and the extra counter space because it's the most used, but I also hate the fact that it becomes a very easy dumping zone and things get piled up on it very quickly. So I'm curious, how often do you run your dishwasher? We run ours at least once a day, if not sometimes twice a day, depending on what I've been cooking or baking that day. But I don't know how people live without a dishwasher with kids because this is honestly a lifesaver for us because this definitely saves a lot of time with dishes. This counter space also becomes a bit of a catch-all. So I guess I do say the kitchen is the heart of the home. Maybe that's why these all become catch-all spaces for everything. The kids' Halloween candy is sorted into baskets with their name on it and in the pantry. I like to pull everything out once in a while on the counter and give the whole counter a good wipe. It amazes me how much dirt and crumbs get back there despite the fact that I don't prep right back there when I cook. The spray ball that I'm using here is a mixture of pink solution. We usually only vacuum this part of the kitchen once or twice a week because I find it doesn't get as bad as by the table. And then these mats are the most comfortable mats I've ever purchased for around in our kitchen. So I have them like by the counter that we stand at to use the cutting board, by the sink, and by the stove. And they are so comfortable on bare feet. Dishes is something else that I feel like I do all the time, but this is also something I don't mind doing. I hate drying dishes, but for some reason I like to wash them. I don't know what it is about drying, but I absolutely hate doing it. Now that the kitchen's all cleaned up, I want to move on to the craft room. The first thing I like to always do in the craft room is go over this table and get it cleared off because that's usually the messiest of the room. Now lately our kids, when they've been getting up in the morning, the first thing they do is they go down in the craft room and start doing arts and crafts. So every morning it's been fun to see them go down there and they're being creative first thing in the morning instead of just going and watching TV right away. This room was a bit messy, but the kids are always cutting things out, and then sometimes they're doing things on the floor or on the table. But I've been so excited to see them lately just really using this room a lot. I would say this room might be used a little bit more than the playroom lately, which is really fun to see. Next, I want to focus on the back entryway. This is the entryway we use to our home probably like 90% of the time. So it's always getting piled up with shoes and boots and coats and everything. So it doesn't take long to tidy up, but definitely needs to be tidied up a few times a week. As you can see, the front entryway is mostly messy because the kids have been using it as part of their playroom. Lastly, I wanted to get the family room picked up. I wasn't able to vacuum because I had to change the filter in our vacuum and clean it, so therefore I wasn't able to get any vacuuming done. But at least I could get some of the toys picked up, and it looked a little bit tidier afterwards. And yes, we have a playroom, but the toys still tracked all over the house. Let me know in the comments below, do you feel like your house is taken over by toys even if you have a designated toy room or toy area? This clean was so satisfying. I honestly always feel satisfied with an evening clean because I feel like I get to enjoy the tidiness of the house longer because the kids are in bed, and then I get up in the morning and it's just basically getting the kids up and ready for school. So the house doesn't become that much of a mess, and then they go to school. So I get to enjoy the tidy house much longer and just look at the reflection on the counter. Look how clean they are. So I hope today's video provides you with tons of cleaning motivation and you're able to get a space in your home cleaned or maybe get some clean done in the evening. If you did enjoy today's video, please give it a thumbs up. If you do enjoy this video as well as other content you see here on my channel, I would love for you to consider subscribing and joining my YouTube family. So don't forget that red subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos from me. And I'm also really excited to share that I'm going to do Vlogmas this year. So I'm going to be sharing a video every other day for the month of December leading up to Christmas. And Christmas is my favorite holiday, so I cannot wait to share what I have planned for you guys. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!